Hey, I'm Tyler.
And I'm Katie.
You're listening to Not-Stalgia. Head to your local school supply store and office supply store to buy the Not-Stalgia book sock.
Did you have a book sock growing up?
Yeah, so you used a paper bag, I assume?
Obviously.
You did it the classic way. I, however, had no time to carefully scotch tape a paper bag onto my book, so...
If you did it right, you didn't even need tape.
You know what, though? What do you mean? You didn't have to tape it?
Yeah. If you covered your book correctly with a brown paper bag, and you folded it just right, and you created like a little tension pocket...
What?
You don't even need tape.
Here's a question. Having never done this, do you need to cut the bag into a very specific sort of template, almost like you're sewing?
Kind of. I mean, you have to cut the bag open.
Pattern?
Yeah, you have to cut the bag open.
A full-size grocery bag?
Yeah, you gotta cut it correctly. Then you gotta fold it around your book.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, you shouldn't even need tape.
That's amazing.
My mom said. I always needed tape.
You were doing it good enough. Now, we had a book sock. You know what, though? I could reuse the book sock year after year.
That's true.
So though it seems expensive at first, compared to the bag, which is basically free with groceries, could be reused. It'd be great to have Not-Stalgia book socks. I wish we really had that. All right, Kate, have you ever seen a TV show called...
Would you want to grow up here? I have to. I'm Alex Mack. I was just another average kid until my first day of junior high. One minute I'm walking home, the next there's a crash and I'm drenched in some weird chemical. And since then, nothing's been the same. My best friend Ray thinks it's cool. And my sister Annie thinks I'm a science project. I can't let anyone else find out. Not even my parents. I know the chemical plant wants to find me and turn me into some experiment. But you know something? I guess I'm not so average anymore.
The Secret World of Alex Mack.
No.
Do you know anything about this?
I don't think so.
All right. We're back in Nickelodeon land here. We haven't done, we've been doing Nick at Night, much to my amusement and to your and probably the listeners' consternation. But we haven't done any proper Nickelodeon in quite some time. This is a live-action Nickelodeon show. It was created by Thomas W. Lynch and Ken Lipman. It aired on Nickelodeon on Saturday nights during SNCC, their Saturday night block.
Any relation to David Lynch?
I don't think so, and I don't think this show is very Lynchian, although we'll see. It ran on SNCC from October 8th, 1994 to January 15th, 1998. 4 seasons and 78 episodes were made during that time. You ready for this? Here's the synopsis. It's a little weird. This is kind of a sci-fi show about a teenage girl named Alex Mack who lives in an idyllic California suburb.
Pause. They made it a sci-fi show because the rich inner life of a teenage girl is not enough.
She lives in an idyllic California suburb in the 90s when the show takes place and was made. But the town, this suburb, is kind of like a factory town for a massive chemical plant, and all the employees kind of tend to live in this suburb.
All right, maybe an environmental message
And
here.
then one day, she accidentally gets exposed to some chemicals from the plant, and she develops superpowers.
Where is Erin Brockovich when you need her?
Throughout the show, she struggles with her rich inner teenage girl life, plus keeping her superpowers a secret for fear of being turned into, an experiment of some sort.
Is this about menstruation?
And here's something crazy I learned about this show.
This is an allegory for menstruation.
Remember, Kate, this show was created by 2 men.
Oh, God.
And
can't wait to hear 2 men's take on menstruation.
One of the co-creators, Thomas W. Lynch, the one that's not related, as far as I know, to David Lynch, he was born in the 50s, and his dad was a nuclear physicist, and in 2012, he was interviewed by the Huffington Post, about Alex Mack, and he said that he got the idea for the show because his dad kept radioactive materials in their garage because it was the 50s and 60s.
It was the 60s.
And here's his exact quote from the HuffPost piece. "Today, they would have shut the whole block down. It cracked me up. The idea that stuff was right there. What if I ate it? What would happen to me?" So obviously, he was intrigued by, I think he ate it, is what I think he's not telling us.
He might have. And here's the thing, he's breathing in all that leaded gasoline. Honestly,
might as well have been.
The radioactive material in your garage shouldn't have concerned you.
So the 2 men who created this show, they intended for Alex Mack to be a boy when they pitched the show. And Nickelodeon insisted, maybe this could be a show with a girl in the lead. And they cast Larissa Olenek, who began acting at age 8 a few years prior to this as Cosette in the national touring Les Mis.
Oh, that's nice for her.
So that's who this is.
I'm a little bit suspicious of Nickelodeon, children actors.
I know.
All of the above.
I don't think we talked about it on the
Oh
podcast
my God.
it, but we just listened to Jeanette McCurdy's audiobook, I'm Glad My Mom Died.
Listeners.
You're right. Dan
Listen
Schneider.
to it and then run away.
Dan Schneider had nothing to do with this show. He was running the other Snick shows at the time, All That and Keenan and Kel.
Is he the feet boy?
Yeah.
I don't like him.
I really liked The Secret World of Alex Mack. It was like weird because it has special effects, that are kind of unusual for this type of show.
Well, what's her superpower?
I'm going to let you see because she has a few. It's really bizarre.
Can she fly?
You're going to see.
Can she turn invisible?
You're going to see. I'm not going to confirm or deny any guesses until you see it. We're going to watch the first episode so you'll get to see her gain them and discover them. But I like this show because of its weird special effects. It has sort of a continuing narrative, kind of unique. You're going to see her get her powers in that first episode. And I've never seen it, but in the ending, in the final episode, there's a conclusion to this whole story. Maybe I'll reveal that to you before we're done recording today if you're dying to know. I read about it. I did look it up today. But I've always been curious. And I can't believe it took me until now for some reason to look that up. I never looked it up before. Here's why I think it's good. It's kind of an interesting genre. Nickelodeon at this time was really serving up something for everybody because remember there was like Pete and Pete with its quirky, really weird comedy. Alex Mack is doing some sort of light sci-fi. It's got all the Nicktoons. It's got like literally something for everybody at this time. It's great.
It's just an old country buffet.
It's got a girl as the main character, even though the creators did not intend that. We're going to watch Season 1, Episode 1, The Accident, and Season 3, Episode 11, Bad Girl.
We have to make sure they don't find you, so let's go change our clothes. Okay.
Well, you can forget that. They're heading for your house right now.
Alex, you're gonna have to liquefy again. This time, maybe if you concentrate harder, you can transform your clothes, too.
But what if I can't reform again? And I'm destined to live the rest of my life as a puddle.
Would that be such a loss?
Briefly, there was like a Linda Ronstadt vibe to the beginning, but now it's got like funky church bells, the old Paradise Valley chemical plant.
So they live in Paradise Valley is the name of their neighborhood. And then
Look at this poorly regulated chemical plant. So the real villain here is the lack of regulation. All right, so this dad is like doing some kind of evil corporate espionage with his child, right? He's like, yeah, let me tell you about Compound C, kid.
She just took over his laptop. Not Alex Mack, but her sister.
So this tarantula has been exposed to Compound C.
It's glowing with the worst effect you've ever seen.
This is the least realistic morning getting a kid to school I've ever seen. It's extremely leisurely. No one's stressed out.
First day of junior high.
She's going into this math lab that's donated by Valley View Chemical.
No. They basically are owning the school, too. This is the first day.
It was the 90s. They didn't care about building relationships with kids.
They're doing the quadratic formula 2 minutes into the first lesson.
I mean, in fairness to these girls playing basketball, Alex Mack walked directly through their basketball game. Alex Mack might be creating some of her own problems here. Thank God, a boy with a center part is here to help.
And a shirt that's 7 sizes too large. Oh, that's Jessica Alba.
Yeah, it is Jessica Alba. What's she doing here?
She's the mean basketball girl.
She's just being pretty.
And good at basketball.
Oh, I forgot. You know what, Alex? I'm going to tell you, these middle school struggles will pale in comparison to being exposed to a hazardous chemical. What if she just grew like a massive tumor instead of getting a superpower? That's more realistic,
yeah. Or like her jaw would
Oh my God, she's going to get Alex Mack needs to look around and be aware of her surroundings. She is a classic middle schooler. She has no idea where she's going. She walks directly through stuff.
She's walked into the street.
She walked directly through a basketball game moments ago. So now Compound C is going to contaminate the groundwater.
Yep. It went into a fire hydrant. It's being splashed all over. It just looks awful, too. It doesn't look green or anything. It is the most awful brown color. So she's been totally doused because she walked in front of the truck, but also the man driving the truck was like distractedly eating a sandwich.
She's just covered in poop.
It really
is Compound C poop.
It does not look good.
Oh my God, now she's releasing more Compound C into the groundwater.
Yeah, she's running it down the drain.
Oh my God, what is that? Is she electric now?
So she's in her own garage. Her dad has a jigsaw dangling from the ceiling, and yeah, it just activated because she went near it. Her dad's creepy model train. Ew. I know how you feel about model trains.
I hate model trains. I'm telling you, there's a good law commercial somewhere, where it's like, were you exposed to Compound C in the groundwater in Bakersfield, California in 1994? If so, you may be entitled to compensation.
So look, electricity just zapped out of her fingers. Sometimes she glows sort of a yellowish gold.
Some of the kid acting on here is truly atrocious.
Some of the adult acting is pretty bad, too. Here's that villain again. And his boss, an evil woman. Okay, so Alex Mack, they've made a big deal about how she's kind of a tomboy. She dresses pretty androgynously. As we're learning now, the purpose of that is that it's harder for them to figure out what kid got doused because she escaped the scene of the crime, so they don't know if it was a boy or a girl.
Maybe see who's turning on all the electric train sets in the valley. Why is his sister carrying around a blood pressure cuff?
The sister's like a weird genius who helps her dad do his job.
What the f*** is this?
So the bad guy, the Brooklyn bad guy, is showing the driver a photo of every kid at the school, I guess. But some of these photos seem to have been taken, like, from the bushes.
Yeah.
And he just has them on a slide projector trying to get the guy to identify the kid.
You're supposed to go to the hospital, but these kids are doing the only smart thing because they know that this corporation owns the entire town. They're like, we can't go to the hospital. Now she's got telekinetic powers.
Yeah, look, she just floated a bag of what?
Popcorn?
Corn puffs, yeah.
Corn chips. Any of our offspring been in an industrial accident today? You know, it may be something that would kick off an environmental disaster.
Anything like that, honey? No? All right. What are we having for dinner? This is the best power.
What? She turned into Capri Sun. Look at her. This sad little middle schooler melted into some kind of like Mercury Capri Sun situation.
A puddle, but she seems
And
to be able
she's
to
just
move.
zooming around.
Oh, it's the best.
Man, puberty is a real bitch. Let me tell you.
So when you asked what her powers were, I didn't know how to describe this to you. That's why I
You
needed
could have
you
just
to see
said
it.
turned into Capri Sun.
It's just great because between this, the Capri Sun commercials, and Terminator 2, the like liquid person was having a real moment in the 90s. All right, so far we've seen her have electric powers. She can glow, which isn't really a power, and she can float bags of chips to herself with her mind. And she's a puddle.
Sped up footage. What is the reason?
I think there's a kid in the background in that shot.
He's moving real fast.
All the cars, the like police cars and military cars that are swarming the town looking for her with their sirens on, yeah, they've sped it up for some reason and left in pedestrians.
It looks like the Benny Hill theme should be playing in the background.
Because I guess maybe like legally they weren't allowed to go over the speed limit while filming. Want to hear an interesting fact about filmmaking and sped up cars? In the Blues Brothers, they had really fast car chases. They did not speed them up, but they looked fake. So they had to refilm them with pedestrians in the background to prove they were real.
This massive t-shirt.
Her shirt, yeah, Alex's shirt is even bigger than that boy.
They should be like, Alex, just
earlier.
hide in your t-shirt.
No one will know there's a person there.
It's like a tent. It's like a lean-to.
Oh, that effect rules when she turns into a puddle.
Why can this puddle talk? As a parent, you know, you're trying to parent a middle schooler, and one day they're a normal little girl, you know, and then one day they're just a pile of ooze. Early teenagerhood, that's a really challenging time. Oh my god, these parents are going to let a corporation steal their child's information. They're like, oh yes.
He works there, though. He has no choice. The dad's job is at risk, and I think everybody in town works for them.
She's going full carry. It's not good. The plant would come and assassinate them right now. They would just come and kill them all. The whole family in their beds, including the dog and probably Raymond. I hate that the villain is a high-powered woman.
Yeah, but the hero is a woman, too.
Wow, great.
A girl becoming a
victory.
woman. A girl becoming a super-powered woman.
I'm obviously not the person you thought I was. You're the one who's expecting me to be someone else because of the way I look, not your parents. How can you say that? Look, Alex, you know, you have 2 parents and a sister who all love you and friends that you've had for years and years. I don't have any of that, okay? You say you're bored with everything you have? Then it's your fault. Just do me a favor. Don't use me anymore, okay?
She was just an average kid until she was exposed to an industrial contaminant. Was she gonna blow bubbles at her face?
It's been a couple of years. She's gained some new abilities or mastered them better.
And that one she just blasted someone, like clearly they died.
Do you like her
She
hats?
got some great hats, I was just gonna say. Alright, so she's got this new friend. Oh no, it's the first goth girl in Bakersfield.
Yep. Bakersfield.
Where are they?
This is Paradise Valley. Bakersfield is where they live on baskets. Alex was just bemoaning how boring her life is because her and her friends just throw donuts at each other and goof around. And now a goth has arrived.
Is she goth? What is she?
She's like alternative.
She got like baby bangs. What a little grouch this goth girl is.
It's like, your town sucks.
Does that child have a tattoo?
I think she does, right? Up on her shoulder area. Can't she just blast her parents if they don't let her go out?
Shouldn't she be working for like some kind of evil splinter government, you know? Like assassinating people? It's a low stakes show. She's just trying to like pass her chem test, meet a goth girl.
Oh no, lipstick.
This takes like a sister fight to a whole new level because you can just blast your sister with electricity.
Alex just zapped her sister's foot under the table at dinner because they're fighting, but the sister knows that she can't say anything. It's awesome. Alex Mack and her friends look like they're in a ska band.
100%.
Culturally, this whole episode's really interesting because I know that it's still a thing I'm sure people complain about in a very square way, like people with tattoos and piercings, but I feel like not to this extent. You know, that culturally it's way more acceptable now to have lots of piercings, dress in an alternative way. But this episode's all about how like no one wants to talk to this girl. They all hate her and judge her.
Listen, this goth girl's got a great message. She's like, you can't control everything in your life, but you could focus on what you can control, and if you want to change something, go ahead.
All right, she might have changed a few too many things at once.
Yeah. Somehow, on a school night, after the end of the school day, she got multiple piercings and a tattoo after school. I refuse to believe this.
What's her hair like? What would you call this?
It's like braided purple pigtails. It's confusing.
But there's like 30 braids.
This dad has just abdicated parenting.
He's like,
every moment in this episode where he could fulfill the role of being a parent, he's like, yeah, maybe there's something I gotta do upstairs. What is happening? Meanwhile, we got Alex Mack out here looking like a juggalo. She's looking like Jody from Baskets.
Oh, right. I almost forgot she has powers.
Yeah.
She barely used them.
She got mad, so she melted into her Capri Sun puddle. Now she's gone, slithering away.
Wow, look how good of a job they've done reflecting the garden on it. This seems like it probably was very complicated to do.
Just use a door, Alex Mack. Christ.
You know what? She slithered up the house.
Slithered upstairs to go lay in her bed.
Sulk.
I guess if I was like a kid with powers, I would just use it to slither everywhere.
Is she about to learn a lesson?
No. Yet again, the dad is mysteriously absent during this tender moment.
Heartfelt talk between mom and daughter. Oh, gotta go to work. I don't know.
Dad, it's Saturday. Oh, gotta
a lot to do.
polish my spoons.
Power wash.
Filthy.
Alex Mack said she felt she looked ridiculous dressed the way she just was. And this is her non-ridiculous outfit.
Yeah.
A skull cap that looks like insulation you'd find in your attic. What'd you think of The Secret World of Alex Mack?
It wasn't great. I liked that it had a young woman star. That was nice.
Mm-hmm.
I did not like that it had a woman villain. That was a real bummer. So any points they scored by making a female star, they lose by making a female villain.
There's a male and female villain.
True.
They're just in the name of equality, and the woman just outranks the man in their company.
I like the anti-corporation message.
It is like super anti-corporate, super, I mean, maybe not super, but definitely strongly environmental.
I didn't really like that much else.
You weren't digging it, huh?
No.
Good for kids to watch.
I like when she became cool Capri Sun, though.
Yeah, it's always fun to watch her. But that's the only power I remembered she had. I forgot about all the other stuff. That's so
iconic.
And visually striking. That was fun to revisit. Definitely, I do not want to watch anymore.
No, God.
It's kind of like reminds me a little bit, minus certain elements, of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, because there's
a little bit, yeah.
such a contrast between the regular teenage plot and then her superpowers. Maybe on this they do a better job of using those to enhance both storylines and complement each other, where on Power Rangers it's like normal thing, and then they fight a giant pig monster. But it was kind of fun. You want to know what happens at the end?
Sure, fill me in.
You ready? They finally are catching up to her, and she has to reveal to her parents that she has powers, so they discover the truth. Mm-hmm. And then an antidote is offered to her, and it's left open-ended whether or not she takes it.
Woo, spooky.
Sounds like a pretty good ending.
But she wasn't kidnapped and imprisoned?
She was not experimented on in the end, no.
I refuse to believe this.
Wouldn't that be
I can't suspend my disbelief.
Can you imagine if the ending was that she got captured and it's just like lives in a cage?
Yeah, she would.
Lives in a jar because they keep her permanently in liquid form.
Property of this corporation.
Ooh, that would be a good way to get her. I wonder if they do that in any episodes, if her liquid form gets stuck in a small container. But I guess you could transform back and break it. All right, enough Alex Mack.
Right.
So, Kate, that was something that me and lots of other kids spent their Saturday nights watching back then, 1994 through 1998. Thanks for checking it out. We were overdue for some more proper 90s Nickelodeon. If you enjoyed this episode, rate and review the podcast on Apple Podcasts, subscribe to us there or anywhere you get your podcasts, Spotify, whatever app you use.
Give me a like.
Send us suggestions of what else we should watch. What else have we not gotten to yet in the Nickelodeon canon here? Go back through our catalog and let us know. Email us, Not-Stalgia@AOL.com. Send us a voice message through Anchor. Send us a DM or just tweet at us on Instagram, Twitter, or wherever. Thanks for listening.
Never done doing Nickelodeon.